You have written a lot of books on Veer Savarkar.
I want to highlight that Savarkar's Hindutva is nothing to do with spiritual, any dharmic thoughts.
Published quite recently about Hindutva.
Hindu political consciousness, anti-Muslim or anti-Christian in his Hindutva thoughts.
Things that are happening currently in the Hindu society.
There is lots of books written already on Savarkar's Hindutva.
At what age this obsession about Vinayak Damodar Savarkar started?
Maji Janmathep, his autobiography during the period of Andaman. Savarkar is a sanskar in my family.
Hello everyone, I am Himali Nalaude and welcome to the 7th episode of Bharat Talks, which we are streaming on the occasion of Savarkar Atmarpan Divas. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, who lived his entire life for the nation and laid his life for the nation. Today, our guest is someone who has vigorously studied such an important personality who was frequently neglected in Indian history. Our today's guest is a renowned author, Akshay Jog. Hello, sir. Namaste. So, you have written a lot of books on Veer Savarkar, with the latest one having published quite recently about Hindutva. So, please tell us what this book is about, the recent one.
This book is about, the occasion is that Savarkar wrote Hindutva book in 1923. So last year was the centenary year of that Hindutva book. And other thing is that now the Hindutvavadi parties came onto the center stage in political scenario of the Bharat. And the other thing is that Savarkar's thoughts on Hindutva is one of the most misinterpreted by his opponents also and his followers also. So I want to put forth Savarkar's actual thoughts on Hindutva in simple language, and I want to analyze, I want to compare his Hindutva thoughts in today's scenario. So that is the reason I have written this book, and I want to highlight that Savarkar's Hindutva is nothing to do with any spiritual, any dharmic thoughts or any any rituals like that. It is completely Hindu political consciousness, and he want to highlight the identity of the Hindus, and he want to revisit to restore his own identity politically, not any dharmic, spiritual or any adhyatmic kind of this. So he want to focus on Hindus consciousness about politics, and in today's scenario after 2014, it is very good time to highlight Savarkar's thoughts on Hindutva, to how his thoughts are still relevant in today's life, and there is nothing any communal in his Hindutva thoughts, nothing any anti-Muslim or anti-Christian in his Hindutva thoughts. It is only a protective protection of the rights of the Hindus. So that is a simple, basic, fundamental principle of the Veer Savarkar thoughts on Hindutva.
Right. So recently you had gone to London.
Yes.
And you went through a lot of documents that he had documented himself, and his definitions of Hindutva. And the recent book that you are talking about right now was a recreation of his definition of Hindutva aligned with the recent times and the things that are happening currently in the Hindu society. So why did you feel the need of doing so? Like, is it based on something that Veer Savarkar himself proposed?
Yes. The thing is that there is lots of books written already on Savarkar's Hindutva, but it is completely misguided, because they thought that Savarkar's Hindutva is spiritual, Savarkar's Hindutva was dharmic, Savarkar Hindutva is related to their rituals and customs like that. But the thing is that Savarkar Hindutva is completely a socio-political concept, and Savarkar specifically mentioned in his all post 1924 speeches, all his article, his presidential speeches of Hindu Mahasabha, that this is nothing to do with any your personal dharmic thoughts or spiritualism. It is completely a socio-political concept. And Savarkar himself told that definition of the Hindutva is it is a Hindu polity, because he know what is the power of the politics, and if the good person came into the power, then he can easily convert change the socio-political or political things of the nations. And the thing is that the Savarkar's Hindutva book is very difficult to understand, very, very much difficult to understand. So, because you could not understand Savarkar's thoughts on Hindutva by reading his book on Hindutva, which is written in 1923. You have to read Savarkar's presidential speeches, which is compiled in the book Hindu Rashtra Darshan. Then Savarkar's lots of correspondence with the British, with his associates, with Congress people like Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, all these. If you read all this, that's later. It is also compiled in a book named Hindutva Se Panchapran, and other archival materials available in Delhi archives, London archives. Then only you can understand what is the exactly thoughts of Savarkar's Hindutva. And the other thing is that lots of people, Savarkar scholars and Savarkar researcher, made a very good study on Savarkar's Hindutva. But while put forth these thoughts in all the people or all the readers, they have put it in a very difficult manner. But they have not, well, it is very not connected with, you can say, a village people or youngsters. They could not relate that language, Savarkar's thought language, with the recent youngsters, especially non-Marathi peoples and convent going school student could not understand the Savarkar's language, Marathi language, and also his English language also. His
Okay.
English is very hard also.
Okay.
So that is the very main disadvantage or drawback of the Savarkar's language. So I want to put forth Savarkar's thoughts, his political thoughts, his social thoughts, in a very easy language, so that any person, maybe a village person or maybe a Marathi medium person or non-Marathi medium youngster, can easily understand the Savarkar thoughts. And other thing is that all the Savarkar works except Hindutva book is in Marathi. So as a from Maharashtrian, I can easily access and understand the Savarkar's other all the literature on his Hindutva, Hindu Rashtra Darshan, and other his all the correspondence with his associates. So I translate all these things in English in easy language, and I explain my opinion about Savarkar's Hindutva by giving the recent examples. And so it is very, youngsters can easily connect with that Savarkar's Hindutva thoughts, and I have always explained Savarkar's Hindutva in academic language, academic tone, but simple language. So that is the main disadvantages of the Savarkar followers and Savarkar writers. So
Right.
I want to recorrect that. So that's why I written this book.
Okay. So you have written a lot of books, and considering the kind of books you have written, you seem to be a history lover. More of your study revolves around the communal movements in Indian history, but the number of books you have written on Savarkar outnumbers the other books, definitely. So, at what age this obsession about Vinayak Damodar Savarkar started? Was there any particular incident that pushed you towards it? And then why not other great leaders like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, or Mahatma Gandhi for that case? Why just Vinayak Damodar Savarkar?
First thing is that Savarkar is a samskar in my family. My grandparents used to live very near to Savarkar's home in Dadar Shivaji Park. So my parents, my grandparents always used to visit Savarkar. My uncle is very near to Veer Savarkar. He was a
Okay.
pracharak of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha, B.N. Zog, his name.
Okay.
So I brought up hearing the stories of the Savarkar, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chandra Bose, Peshwais, and all that. But after my 12th exam, I have a very long holiday, 2-3 months of holiday before my engineering education start. So my parents told me that why don't you spend time to read Savarkar books instead of watching cricket and reading on cricket. So I said, okay, I will just take a try on this. So Savarkar, one autobiography is there, Marathi autobiography, माझी जन्मठेप. His autobiography during the period of Andaman, 1910 to 1924. So after reading my this book, My Janma Tape, it is you can say a turning point in my life. So I started reading his all other books like Saha Soneri Pane, his all presidential speeches, his biographies written by Dhananjay Keer, Z.D. Zogadekar, Dr. Arvind Godbole, Dr. Shiran Godbole, lots of articles. I met lots of Savarkar scholars also, Dr. Shiran Godbole, Sachidananda Shevde, Pradeep Dada Rawat, Ashok Modak. And then I realized that all this work is mostly in Marathi. It is not available in English. And the other thing is that it is very difficult to understand. So I realized that it is need to revisit Savarkar thoughts in modern terms in youngsters' language. So I decided to do a research on Veer Savarkar. Then I met historian Gajanan Mendade, and he told me that if you want to do a study of any particular person like Savarkar, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, you need to do a research at least for 10 years. Then only after 10 years you are eligible to write any biography or any treatise on that person. So exactly in 2009, I started working, initiate this study, and my first book was published in 2019. It is Veer Savarkar, Akshay and Vastav, Allegations and Reality.
Yeah.
And then on every year, I start publish my Savarkar book, like Savarkar Known Unknown, Hindutva book, his book on his mercy petition. So I would say the माझी जन्मठेप, the book is my turning point in my life. And why only Savarkar? The thing is that there is lots of historians in Maharashtra who are doing a study, research on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, even Peshwai also. And there is lots of Bengali historians available like R.C. Muzumdar, recently Anuj Dhar, Chandrachud Ghosh. They are doing a research on, already did some research on Netai Subhash Chandra Bose. And other thing is that Netai Subhash Chandra Bose or Bengal history is mostly available in Bengali language. So I could not understand Bengali language. So that's the thing. So I want to take the person biography which is most neglected, most ignored person in Maharashtra, or you can say national level. So such a person is Swatantraveer Savarkar. Lokmanya Tilak is also such a caliber person, but there is lots of people already written on Lokmanya Tilak, and it's a very famous personality, Lokmanya Tilak. Savarkar was a famous personality, but intentionally Savarkar was ignored, and he keep aside by the mainstream politics, from mainstream all the laureates, all that. So I want to again his name should be in socio-political mainstream media. It should be highlighted. And my fortunate is that Vikram Sampath has done lots of work on Savarkar, and he did a very excellent job. So it will release my lots of burden. And he had written in very simple language, which is very easy to understand. Any person who is very aware about English language, you can easily write 2 volumes. So the thing is that he was one of the ignored person, and one of those non-highlighted person. So that's why I choose Veer Savarkar. And as a Maharashtrian, I can easily access all his documents, because Savarkar's Marathi is very, very difficult to understand by Marathi medium student also. So I used to study 3-4 times his one paragraph. I have to read 2-3 times. Then only I can realize, oh, Savarkar wants to highlight this thing. Savarkar wants to highlight such thing, because his language is very inspired from the Vishnu Shastri Chiplunker. he has a very big influence of Chipurunkar's Marathi language, and that's the reason why the Savarkar was neglected, because it, language, his most of the literature is available in Marathi. He is a national caliber leader, but due to his Marathi writing all the books except Hindutva. Hindutva is only book which Savarkar written in English. Hindutva, I think, Hindu Rashtra Darshan, but Hindu Rashtra Darshan is a compilation of his presidential speeches. So that's the reason.
When you chose Veer Savarkar as your icon, at that time, definitely you felt that, as you said, he was neglected. Now the picture is changing. Like he's getting the recognition he deserved, and we see a movie is coming based on his life. So, is it really changing?
From after the 2014, it is really changing. The thing is that the Hindutvabadi party now came into the power, came into the center stage, and the fountainhead of the Hindutva is, of course, Veer Savarkar. So the opponents of the Hindutvadi party are started attacking Hindutvadi party, and they are saying that your icon, your fountainhead is Veer Savarkar, and they thought that if you pelting the stone on his fountainhead, then his Vatavruksha of Hindutva can easily be fallen down. So they are continuously after every quarter, you can see one opponent came and said that Savarkar's mercy petition, Savarkar hand in Gandhi murder, Savarkar is a fountainhead of two nation theory also. So that's why it is due to that negative publicity, Savarkar's name was way out of India. Savarkar was used to very known person, and I would say this negative publicity helps the researcher and Savarkar scholars to disseminate Savarkar's actual thoughts, to disseminate his all working on Hindutva, all working on his social work also. So it is very easy for our scholar like Savarkar. So negative publicity helps, like previously, you can say after 1948, after the Gandhi murder trial, or after 1950, most of the Hindutvadi continuously criticizing Mahatma Gandhi, and at that time, Gandhivadi scholars, Gandhivadi researcher, it helps to Gandhi researcher to use that negative publicity about Mahatma Gandhi. Now the table are turns. Now the time for Veer Savarkar. This negative publicity helps us to propagate Savarkar's thoughts.
Okay. You said that you had consulted Gajanan Mehendre. He is a very famous and renowned historian who has extensively worked on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He told you that take considerable time to follow the research. Veer Savarkar himself was a big follower of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And he is the one who wrote the Aarti of, he's the only one who has written the Aarti of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So what was this relation? What was the consideration of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in Veer Savarkar's life?
Savarkar's inspiration, his icon is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and he written Aarti on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He written also one song, Hey Hindu Shakti, Sambhuta Dipti Teja. Then he also written Povadas on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj associates like Tanaji Malusare, Baji Prabhu Deshpande. He also written a book Hindutva Patshahi, which is its period is from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj to the downfall of the Peshwai, 1818. Savarkar is continuously following Chhatrapati Maharaj footsteps. When he tried to escape from the ship at Marseilles, so he, in the back of the mind, he had in mind the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj escape from the Agra. Then all his strategy regarding dealing with the Britishers, how to deal with your enemy, as per a battlefield, you need to change your strategy. So he learned these things from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Then Swatantraveer Savarkar also given lots of speeches on Shivaji Maharaj also, and he uh, said that the only person is eligible to criticize me is only Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj,
Okay.
because I can say uh, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and then in the contemporary people, his guru was Lokmanya Tilak and Shimo Paranspe. But I can say Swatantraveer Savarkar's life is full of completely influenced by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and that's why he has written Arti, that's Jayadev Shivaraya Arti on Shivaji Maharaj. And Savarkar also received the scholarship on the name of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, which is conferred to him by the Shamji Krishna Verma. So he received that scholarship. He went to London. Then he did his all revolutionary work. Then he was arrested there. He took back to India. Then he sentenced to 2 years of life imprisonment. So he received the scholarship with the name of the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So his life is full completely influenced by the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
So in medieval period, we see a call for Hindutva Swarajya by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. In modern India, we see a call for Hindu Rashtra by Veer Savarkar. So how was the continuation taken?
Hindu Rashtra is actually not his. It's not a kind of like only Hindus are eligible to live here, or only Hindus are permitted to grant citizenship. It's not like that. At that time, there is a period when even Hindus in lots of political parties, they are saying that we Hindus or you Hindus are not eligible to become a nation. You do not have you cannot make a nation. You do not have that eligibility from ancient time. There is not any Bharat or India exists in this land from Indus River to Indus Sea. So that is a counter only. The Savarkar said, yeah, no, we are eligible to become a nation. We have already did that during the Chandragupta Maurya and Chanakya period. Then Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Hindutva Swarajya, Peshwas, and we are eligible. We can become a nation. So only this is a counter answer and countering is it is a kind of a debate. But Savarkar's Hindu Rashtra is completely similar with the today's Bharat. Savarkar's the constitution of Hindu Rashtra is similar to today's India's constitution. Hindu Mahasabha, some people from the Hindu Mahasabha like L.V. Bhopatkar, then Munje and D.V. Gokhale, they have founded one committee, and they had drafted one constitution known as a free state of Hindustan. It is a kind of a suggestion to, or you can say a guideline for independent nation of the Bharat. And I think it is drafted around in 1944. And in that draft, they never mentioned that Muslims, Christian, or non-Hindus are not eligible to live here, or we are granting them a second citizenship like that. They are saying that all the non-Hindus, all the people, irrespective of the religion, caste, and like that, they are eligible to live here. They will get citizenship. There is freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of caste, and all that. And we will also grant you money to form you madrasa, masjid, churches, synagogue, all that. And similarly, we will give the donation to the Hindu temples and Ved Pasha also. So it's like a completely, you can say, a true secular concept of the Hindu Rashtra. The only name is that Hindu Rashtra, and the reason is that it is only a counter to that allegation that Hindus are not eligible to become a nation. But while forming a draft, codifying the definition of Hindutva, it is like As Hindu Sindhu Paryanta, Yasya Bharat Bhumika. Savarkar used the term Bharat. He not used the term Hindustan, Jambudvip, or Aryavarta like that. He used the term Bharat. So Savarkar not against the term to like Bharat, Indus or like that. Like in today's India, we are using India or a Bharat or Hindustan. So similarly, Savarkar used to say Hindustan, Bharat or Aryavarta or India. So Hindu Rashtra is and Congress NV Gadkari during the constitutional debates in 1949, he mentioned that draft of the Hindu Mahasabha, that Free State of Hindustan. It is very nice, and it is we need to consider this draft to while forming our some constitutional some principles. And at the same time, they said that communists also have formed their draft also. And both drafts are very good, and they are secular, and there is not any kind of communal in this. So I don't see any problem in Hindu Rashtra. Secular, it is completely based on humanity, uh, utilitarian, then democracy and equality and fraternity.
Hindutva has a long journey in India. The term is misinterpreted or interpreted by so many political parties and leaders until date, purposely or unknowingly, according to their own understanding of the term. So, if today's youth uh, tries to understand Hindutva, because when Savarkar speaks about Hindutva, he thinks on a completely different dimension of the society, which is not easily understandable to a common person. So when youth of the country is trying to understand Hindutva, because it is necessary to understand Hindutva considering the ongoing socio-political dynamics of the country. So, in easiest words, what would be the definition of Veer Savarkar's Hindutva for the youth of the country?
No one should encroach upon anybody's rights. Hindus should not encroach upon rights of the non-Hindus, and non-Hindus should not encroach upon the rights of the Hindus. Rights, you can say political rights, social rights, humanitarian rights, and your civil and just rights. That is the simple language. And to protect or secure the rights of the Hindus from the encroaching of the encroachment happening from Hindus also. It is not that only non-Hindus are encroaching the rights of Hindus. Hindus are included in this. They are trying to encroach the rights of the Hindu people. So it is you can say, to secure these rights and to protect our Hindu identity, they have put a lock on these things. That is, lock is known as a Hindutva. That is a simple thing.
Okay.
Like we lock our doors to protect our house, our money from any thief. So similarly, it is a rock to protect the Hindu rights. That is a simple thing of the Hindu. As long as this encroachment is happening, Hindutva will exist. When this encroachment will stop, then there is no need of Hindutva. So Savarkar says that we do not require Hindutva for long time, 500 or 1,000 years. It will last till non-Hindus and Hindus will stop encroaching our rights. We will merge our Hindutva in humanity. But the Muslims are saying that we will keep our Islamatva. Christians are saying that we will keep our Christianatva. Till that time, we will keep our Hindutva. As long as all the Islam Christians are merge their own Tvatva in humanity, we will also merge our Hindutva in humanity. That's a simple thing.
Okay. So in 1915, the Hindu Mahasabha was founded. In 1925, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha was founded. And in the 1930s, Savarkar took the president's role in Hindu Mahasabha.
Correct.
He accepted it. So while both the organizations were there, why did he was quite affiliated with Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha, yet he chose Hindu Mahasabha. Why?
The reason is that RSS, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha, is a cultural organization. It's like you can say an NGO. And the Hindu Mahasabha, previously when it was founded in 1915, 1906, previously it was the Punjab Hindu Mahasabha. It is converted into the Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha in 1915. At that time, it is a socio-cultural organization similar to Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangha. Then Savarkar converted it into political party in 1937. Savarkar was a politician. He was social reformer also, social revolutionary also. But actually, basically, he was a politician. So he wanted to take part in the active politics, which he was completely banned from 1910, his arrest in London, till his complete release in 1937. So for almost 27 he was completely away from the politics. In 1937 he entered into the politics, and he allowed to enter into the politics. So he want a political organization to do his political works. So that's the reason he choose the Hindu Mahasabha. And RSS, the from is founding in 1925, they had decided that we will not enter into the politics. We maybe support any political party directly or indirectly, or maybe our Swayamsevak can enter into any political party, and they allowed to enter into politics also at that time also and today also. But we will not, as a Sangha, we will not converted our cultural organization to any political party. It is a basic fundamental principle, founding principle of the RSS. So that's the reason Savarkar not choose RSS.
Okay.
And he choose Hindu Mahasabha because he want to do active politics. So he choose Hindu Mahasabha.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about Veer Savarkar's views on caste, many people don't know about it, but he was quite liberal about the caste system. And B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Ambedkar had had acknowledged his role in dealing with the caste system in India. So, what were his thoughts on India's caste system?
He said his thoughts on caste system is similar to the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Says no need of any caste hierarchy, no need of any Chaturvarna. This completely should be destroyed, it should be dismantled, and we should found our Hindu social based on humanity and scientific temper, Jnana Nishtha, on basis of that. And he did his extensive work on this, you can say, a social revolutionary instead of social reformer. Social reformer is doing only like a renovation work in old building. Social revolutionary is completely dismantle this building from his foundation and establish a new building on new foundation. So that founding principle are humanity and scientific temper. So he did lots of sahabhojan, intercaste dining. He supported intercaste marriages. He founded with the financial help from the Bhagoji Kir, the famous Patit Pawan temple in the Ratnagiri, which is open to all Hindus, all caste Hindus. Then he's also supported the person who is eligible to do any kind of work. He can do any kind of business or work, irrespective of their caste. Then he supported. He was completely against the Vedokta Bandi. That is very famous. Vedoktavad is very famous. Vedoktavad is in between Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj and Lokmanya Tilak. So he was completely against that Vedokta Bandi, Vedokta things, and he supported that the person who want to do any rituals Vedokta wise, he is eligible to do that. And when he was elected as the president of the Mahar Parishad in 1929, which held in Malwan, so he himself given the Vedokta rights. He given the Janayu to all the Mahar students and Mahar children, and he said that you are eligible to do with any custom with as per the Vedoktas. So he named this as a 7 shackles of the Hindu society. That shackles like Vedokta Bandi, Vyavasaya Bandi, Roti Beti Bandi, then Sindhu Bandi. Sindhu Bandi means the person who crossed the Sindhu river and went to the foreign. He is outcast from social system. So Savarkar rigorously fought against this all the 7 shackles. Armchair thinker. He is a active oriented social revolutionary.
Yes.
He not only written an article, he not only written any plays on these things or do any speeches, but he actively made some things like he founded one Bahujan people's Kirtan Mandal. Then he made a band of the all caste Hindu people, and at that time the people from the Gujarat, Mumbai, They used to call this person in their marriage ceremony and all that. So, and similarly, he founded one Hindu cafe, All India Hindu Cafe.
Yeah.
In this Hindu cafe, the serving person is from a Bhujan Samaj, and so by default he break the shackle of that you can say roti bandi. The person who is eating the food with any other caste people he should be outcast from that community.
Right.
So this is known as a roti bandi. And the famous personalities like Lata Mangeshkar, Father Dinanath Mangeshkar, then Bal Gandharva, then Visa Khandekar, they have participated in Savarkar's this social reformation movement, and they acknowledge Savarkar's all this work. And so I would say that Savarkar was also at the same time he was an armed revolutionary, supporter of the armed revolution. At the same time, he was also social revolutionary also. So he said that political independence and social independence, it should be a parallel thing. We could not put forth that we need political independence before social independence or vice versa.
Right.
We should need independence political socially at the same time. Because without political independence, social independence, there is no use.
Right.
And without social independence, no use of any political independence. So it is a combination of Lokmanya Tilak and Gopal Ganj Agarkar's famous controversy that Tilakar saying that we need political independence first, and Agarkar saying that we need social independence first. The combination of the two personalities, Veer Savarkar, he is saying that we need both independence.
Both should be run parallelly,
Yes,
both the
yeah,
movements.
yes.
Right. When we look at his statements, he has made quite bold statements in his, that is how the personality was. So one of his statements during the movement was when all the Hindus are united, the day when all the Hindus are united, all the Congress leaders will have to wear Janeyus. And today we see the latest leader of the party, Congress, Rahul Gandhi, showing sudden affiliations with Hindu Dharma. So, how do you perceive it?
It is I would say, power of politics. It is a vote bank of politics. And Savarkar said that when Hindu will unite, as a politically, not only a socially, but politically, and they will create the Hindu vote bank, then the Congress people will start saying that we are also dharmic Hindu, they will wear the Janeyu on their coat. So I would see these things as it is a awareness, consciousness, political and awareness of the Hindus, which compel them to do such kind of statements. And from the Dharmic Hindu, they are okay with Dharmic Hindu. They are ready to give you the 100 Ram Mandirs and all the temples. But they are not ready to give the Hindu Rashtravadi power. Because Modi ji has said, yes, I am a Hindu nationalist. So they are saying we are okay with your rituals, customs. You are going to you are doing your Path Puja. You are going to temple, visiting temple. It is okay, but you should not come into the power. So that's the paradigm shift after 2014. That the person who is saying that I am a Hindu Rashtravadi, and that still they are coming to the power with the lots of majority,
Right.
285, and then after 2019 it is almost crossing the 300,
Yeah.
and we are moving towards now crossing the 400. So that is Hindus are starting awareing about their political consciousness.
Right.
That is very good thing. And in 1940 or 41-42, Savarkar is saying that even though you may not very recognize why I have put forth my Hindutva, my political Hindutva, you will come to know maybe after 50 or 60 years. Because Savarkar thoughts are way ahead. He had very long foresight. So
Clearly now that Rahul
Yes,
Gandhi
yes,
is
yes.
following what he had
what he
said.
is saying. So directly, indirectly, we are following the footsteps of the Veer Savarkar thoughts, and it is very good for nation and the Savarkar lovers like us.
Right.
So another big row is foreseen in the coming time. That is, does Veer Savarkar deserve the Bharat Ratna, or whether he would get it or not? So what are your views on that?
He should get. I think it is very high time to get Bharat Ratna to Veer Savarkar.
Okay.
But I feel that we are okay with Bharat Ratna. But moving ahead, I think India should name Savarkar's one of the India's missile with the name of the Veer Savarkar. That is
Okay.
the Shraddhanjali, exact appropriate Shraddhanjali to Veer Savarkar, because Savarkar was a proponent of the militarization.
Right.
He very strong advocate of the militarization of the Hindus, militarization of the nation, military strength of the Bharat. So I think if you give one of our very powerful missile with the name like Veer Savarkar or like that, it is a very good tribute to the Savarkar thoughts instead of Savarkar person.
Okay.
We should follow the thoughts
Ideas.
of the Veer Savarkar
Right.
instead of his person. So I think thoughts are eternal
Right.
instead of person.
As he
Yeah.
himself says.
Yes.
Right. And the last question for today would be, why would you suggest the youth of the country to read more and more and learn more and more about Vinayak Damodar Savarkar?
The only simple answer is Rashtra Pratham, nation first. Whichever field you choose, maybe you are engineer, doctor, from military background, from police background, maybe media, whichever background, you should follow the principle that while doing this, my activity, my daily work, any kind of work, is it applicable, advantageous to my nation? You should keep in mind that my activity will result into the Vikasit Bharat. So the Rashtra Pratham, nation first policy, and this is a Savarkar's thoughts, or maybe all his work, lifetime work, is a basic fundamental principle of Savarkar is that Rashtra Pratham, nation first. Organization, political parties, personalities, all the other things are secondary. Nation first, because nation is eternal. Like thoughts are eternal, nation is eternal.
Right.
मैं रहूं या ना रहूं, भारत ही रहना चाहिए. That's right.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really great talking to you. That was it for this episode of Bharat Talks. Stay tuned.